Regional Food Bank is back in the studio. Great to see you again.
Great to see you.
We met, and our first interview was towards the end of last year. You had a food match going on at that point. Yeah. You're back. You have another food match.
We do.
You've been on the job almost a year now. I think November is when you started last year. How's it gone so far?
Oh, it's great. I mean, it's such a privilege. It's hard to put into words to be able to see not just the 100 or so people we have working at the food bank trying to impact hunger, but the network of 1,300 organizations we partner with, 500 schools, thousands of volunteers out in communities throughout this great state who care so much about their fellow neighbor that they want to relieve their hunger and their poverty in the best way they can. It's a tremendous privilege, and it's been a great joy.
So you're seeing it as being pretty rewarding so far?
Oh, it's wonderful. It's wonderful. I just wish that we could do more, and it's a big part of why I'm here today to talk to you.
Well, let me ask you about that. How are things going so far? What's the status of the need?
So what we know today, and hunger is kind of an interesting issue because people come in and out of needing food assistance,
Which
right?
can be a good thing.
Which can be a good thing.
You want them to be more self-sufficient, sustained.
Right. And our mission is to relieve hunger, but also to reduce the need for food assistance. So we're really interested in helping people move out of poverty. We partner with a lot of organizations to do that, help people find jobs, help people overcome health issues that have set them back. I like to say, we're about feeding people, but we're about helping families get by and get ahead. So we consider it, a great thing when we don't have to see a family again.
Right.
So the where we are right now in terms of need, though, is we estimate based on USDA numbers and our national partner organization, Feeding America, that there are about 1 in 6 Oklahomans who are hungry today. That's about 656,000 people in our state, and 220,000 of those are children, 1 in 4 children. And that what we mean by hunger is food insecurity. Don't always know where the next meal's coming from, might have to resort to really poor nutritional choices like ramen noodles, several meals a day.
Right.
Just to stretch that dollar to get by. And so when we're able to come together and help feed these kids through our Food for Kids programs, it really helps families contend with all of the economic stresses that they're under.
Takes out that one terrifying question of where's the next meal coming from?
Oh yeah. I mean, I know we were chatting before we got started. I've got 3 kids, and I don't know that there's any more painful or terrifying fear that we have than the thought that we can't provide for our children, may not know how we're going to feed them next. It's terrible for parents' mental health, and really, really stressful for children who don't know where their next meal is going to come from.
Well, as a parent, it goes against your instinct. You want to provide for, make sure that they're secure.
Absolutely. You
mentioned the program, the Food for Kids program. Tell us about that.
Okay, so Food for Kids is a compilation of programs that we offer through the Regional Food Bank of Oklahoma to help children who are in families who are struggling with food insecurity. So there are 3 programs that make up our Food for Kids program during the school year. It's our backpack program, where children can receive a backpack full of food that helps them have enough 3 meals each day of the weekend. Right now we're in 500 schools in the 53 counties in central and western Oklahoma that we serve, and we're serving about 21,000 children.
Amazing.
Yeah. Every Friday, 21,500 children or so get food to take home for the weekend. And again, it helps, children don't necessarily have control over the circumstances that their family's in, their home is in. This way, this is shelf-stable food. They can eat it. They could keep it in their bedroom all weekend if they need to. But very often, it gets added to the pantry. It helps make sure that those kids have enough to eat through the weekend. So that's backpack.
Okay.
And that's all for elementary school children. So that's 21,500 elementary school children. And then we have the school pantry program, which is serving about 165 middle schools and high schools throughout our service area. And those are more pantries, so kids can come in and select what they need to take home and help make sure that they have enough to eat. And then we have our kids cafes, which are the cafes in after-school programs, at your Boys and Girls Clubs, your Ys, all kinds of after-school programs where we partner up to make sure those kids are having a really healthy meal at the end of the school day after school.
3,000 children every month, 34 sites, central and western Oklahoma.
You got it, yeah.
Right now, with the Food for Kids program, there's a match going on.
Yeah, so this is a really exciting time for us because we have tremendous need. In fact, the backpack program brought in 3,000 more kids last year, even though we didn't add any more sites. So we're seeing a real increase in need throughout all of our programs. So we have some very generous donors, and I'd love to mention them. So the Masonic Fraternity of Oklahoma, Benvenuti's Restaurant, David Gorham, and 2 anonymous donors have come together and will match every gift that we receive between now and September 30th up to $150,000.
Wow.
Yeah.
What sort of impact does that have?
Well, you know, it's tremendous. I can't do the math quickly in my head, but we estimate about $200 per kid for a year's worth of food assistance is what we estimate. So, you know, it's going to go a long way to help us. But when you consider that we are serving about 40,000 children in those 3 programs I described, that's about a $4 million price tag when you multiply that times $200 a kid, if I did that math right.
You know,
so we need a lot of help, and we really appreciate this match.
You guys make $200 go a long way, though.
Yeah. So you know,
because that doesn't actually sound like that much per kid.
It's not very much per kid, but it's just the volume of children that we're helping throughout our region. So 40,000 children, but $200 seems like a very doable thing for people to do, and it goes such a long way to help children. So, you know, the purchasing power of the food bank is what makes this really work, because we can get so much, both in terms of donated food, as well as when we do need to occasionally purchase, we can purchase in bulk at such high volumes that we can stretch the donor dollar so far.
Very nice. People can learn more and participate. Regionalfoodbank.org for some information online, and there you see the website right there. And again, the numbers up top of meals donated, I believe that says.
Yep.
A lot of people getting meals provided, I think is what it says.
That's right, meals
provided. A lot of
provided.
people getting involved. How are the summer months been here?
So the one child focused program in the summer we have is called our summer feeding program.
Okay.
And that program makes sure that all those children who are getting lunch and breakfast during the school year at their school, which is about over 400,000 children in our state, have access to a meal and snacks during the summer. So we see a tremendous drop-off in the number of children who are getting food assistance in the summer, just because it's really hard, you know, if you're getting that food at school. So we work with a lot of community partners again, and have about 120 sites ourselves as a summer feeding sponsor to make sure those kids get the meals that they need. And we've had a great year so far this summer. We're starting to wrap up that program because school is coming back online. But I like to tell people, you know, when you think about all that goes into preparing children for school and what it takes for kids to be successful, for them to be paying attention, for them to be focused, for them to be learning, food is the foundation of that. And if children are hungry, you know, all of the school supplies in the world won't change if that child can't focus, that child is not going to be able to learn, and they're going to have a lot of stress and anxiety happening all the time for them throughout the day when they're hungry. So food is really important, and we're really excited to be able to help make sure that happens for all these kids.
You mentioned some of the community and the corporate businesses that help out with the Regional Food Bank. A friend of mine over at Black Scintilla in Midtown took a crew over there this past weekend and spent some time working in your shop. People can do that all the time, but it makes a big difference. They got a lot out of it. You talk about your position being rewarding, but her and her crew had a good experience as well.
Yeah. So in addition to giving, which I hope people do give, help us get that $150,000 plus some more. So they can go online at foodforkids.us and give, or call us 972-1111. Volunteering is really a wonderful thing too, and we have a volunteer center that's open every day of the week, and they can go to regionalfoodbank.org and click on our volunteer section, and you will see all kinds of jobs and opportunities to get involved. And we need that help both putting those backpacks together. I just did that this past Saturday, and it is a ton of fun. And I think we packed 3,000 backpacks, my team did, in a 2-hour period.
A lot of backpacks.
So it sounds like a lot, but when you got 21,000 going out every week, you gotta keep that going. But it's a lot of fun. Or you can pack sandwiches or do all kinds of things that are helping feed hungry kids.
My friend mentioned something about onions, so I'm not sure exactly how onions played into it.
I saw the onion group. I was there at the same time. I saw the onion group.
So apparently it was legit.
Legit.
Katie, anything else we need to know?
No, I just want to say thank you to the entire community throughout Central and Western Oklahoma who are so compassionate for people who are really trying to get ahead and just need some help. This is a great way to help people move forward with their lives.
And are your kids ready for school?
We're as ready as we're going to be.
Are you ready for them
I'm ready for them to go back to school.
She's Katie Fitzgerald, CEO of the Regional Food Bank. As she mentioned, if you want to donate or if you want to volunteer your time, regionalfoodbank.org is a way to go there. The foodforkids.us is the other website of how you can help out and help them achieve that match. Katie, always good to see you.
Great to see you.
Thank you for your time.
Thank you.